is going on, Premier League football fans? Welcome to another episode of Arch Rivals. To my left, I got Mickey. To my right, I have Chris. And we had another great weekend of Premier League soccer. Some big upsets, another big win at the top of the table, just not who you thought it was for. Aston Villa getting a second consecutive 1-0 victory over Arsenal after they just beat Man City in the middle of the week.
I would have thought that.
Really? You thought that was coming?
Yeah.
I did too.
Villa at Villa Park, that's a lock now.
I don't know if it's a lock.
Bet that every week. If they're at home, oh yeah.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, what gives you the impression that it's not? They just back-to-back two of the best teams in the Prem, 15 games unbeaten at home.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't argue with any of that. I thought they were the worst team in this game, though. I thought Arsenal played better and just couldn't finish.
Possession doesn't tell the whole story. Like Arsenal was in control. Yeah. I felt like they were in control, but then like Villa on the counter, they ended up with 10 shots to Arsenal's 12. So I thought it was more even than
I also think
possession says.
Emi Martinez made some great saves.
Yeah, I was about to say there were 4 big chances for Arsenal and 0 for Aston Villa. So I think this one just comes down to poor finishing and then one decision at the end of the game that I didn't agree with.
What were you not happy with?
I thought it was a Matty Cash handball before it was ever a Kai Havertz handball. But apparently I'm in the minority there.
I thought Kai Havertz got hit on the hand first, like on the initial ball in, and then it bounced to Matty Cash, hits his hand, and then it bounced back to Kai Havertz and hit his hand. That was my view on it.
My view is whatever makes Arsenal lose, I don't care.
Yeah, a Liverpool fan would love that.
Just kidding. I really don't think it was. I think it was Havertz handball.
Okay.
I also think this guy's wearing an England jersey right now.
It's nice though. It's a nice jersey.
Dope kit. What you got on? Some Columbia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Picked it up off the Goodwill rack.
Arsenal take an L after an early goal from Leon Bailey, or from John McGinn, assisted by Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was their best opportunity of the game. I thought Ollie Watkins didn't pop up too much. I just like the most AI generated player in the world, John McGinn, scoring the game-winning goal. Hurts me to my core.
It was a good goal.
It was.
It is. It's a nice goal.
Came out and punched him in the mouth early.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they needed.
Leon Bailey getting the start again over Moussa Diaby,
Mm-hmm.
which, I mean, he's earning it if he's coming out every week and doing something. Scored against Man City.
Right now.
Yeah, he is.
It just like proves that Villa's a real team. If you can have Diaby come off the bench against tired legs, that's like you got depth.
And it's kind of unfortunate that they're in Conference League because I feel like this sort of at-home advantage is the perfect kind of thing to help you win
a Europa League or a
tournament
Champions
trophies.
League.
Yeah, that's true.
It won't necessarily win you the Premier League, but in other tournament style play, being able to come back. It's a fortress. I mean, it gets loud as hell too.
Yeah. Other than them getting the win, I don't think there were a ton of notable moments in this game. I thought that Martinelli and Jesus didn't play great. I thought Saka played really well. Declan played really well. Douglas Luiz played really well. I guess I'll ask the same question that I asked last week in the middle of the week last week after they beat City. Are Aston Villa a title contender?
No.
Okay.
But they are poised to make top 4. And I think that they look better than
everybody but Arsenal and Liverpool.
It's tough to say that because Tottenham kind of had a resurgence, and I could see them putting pressure on Villa for the rest of the season. But I think they're about in the same camp at this point.
I think that even though they're not a title contender, they're definitely a top 4 buster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, any team that has to play them either home or away, that's one of the hardest fixtures you're going to come up against. Like, if you have to play Aston Villa away, you're happy with a point.
And this season we got a few more top 4 busters than definitely last season.
Top 4 busters.
Well, I mean, we talk about how the table's so close, but realistically, I can't see anyone other than Tottenham or Villa making that top 4 spot.
Me neither.
It's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, City, and then it's
some order.
And then it's one of those 2 teams, Villa or Tottenham. And I'll pose the question: which team do you think ends up on top?
Villa.
I think Villa.
Wow.
I think they're just their foundation is much more concrete than Tottenham. not that Tottenham didn't have a lot of injuries, and not that I won't say fuck you, Garrett, but
can't go an episode without
that in.
But I feel like they just have something cooking. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Plus,
agree.
I think they have Douglas Luiz, man, and he is. Somebody's either gonna blow some serious cash on that man soon, or Villa's just gonna keep competing. And honestly, I don't want to say Villa's not that they're out of the
title contention.
Because I mean, how can you? They just back-to-back Arsenal and City 1-0 victories.
The problem is that they're capable of performances like a 2-2 draw to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Like
But
they had
that's
the
the
week
Premier
before.
League, though.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Tied Luton.
even Liverpool, Arsenal is capable of that.
Yeah.
So
I just think they are more capable of
Yeah.
it. Because sometimes they can look totally inept in terms of creativity and not in control. Even when City and Arsenal and Liverpool don't have their finishing boots on, you still see them control the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're not creating a lot of high-quality opportunities. Whereas Villa, if they're not getting runs in behind, they are a team that will just sit back and allow you to have the ball. So,
but they're good at it. You know, they let.
No, it's a skill.
It's not like they let Arsenal do that, but because Arsenal was always going to control
they invited
that
them.
game.
Yeah.
But they do it well. Like they're able to defend, and then they hit you on the counter when they need to.
I think it's super exciting because, I mean, I hope they get top four because Unai Emery, like I said, it's an equation to win a tournament trophy.
Yeah.
And, like, if they get more people, if they get their current squad to stay and they bring in more talent, I don't think there's anything to say that they can't succeed on the highest level.
Yeah. I mean, I
especially
think
in the Champions League.
Yeah, and it's fun to see a team that isn't one of the kind of Pep clones in a sense, where obviously Ange Ball isn't a Pep clone, Arsenal Ball is, Liverpool isn't, obviously, but all these teams that want to play out from the back, like high press football, they don't do that all of the time. And it's kind of fun to see. I don't know if I would say they're a Jose Mourinho style team, but they'll high press it sometimes depending on who they're playing, or they'll sit back and play on the counter depending on who they're playing. They're a much more malleable kind of tactical team rather than coming in and imposing their will.
They've got options for coming up against different teams. And their press worked wonders against City.
Oh, it was disgusting against City. That was one of the craziest games I've seen ever in the Prem. Just watching City get muscled off of the ball.
You love to see it.
Make me smile.
Yeah.
Yes. Makes me smile.
That was Villa's 15th straight home win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think anybody else in the Prem is doing that
Club
right now.
record.
No.
Yeah.
A team that snapped a home losing streak, though, Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, they kind of look like they have a resurgence. Richarlison came back. His pubis is healthy. He scored 2 goals.
Don't let my man get a healthy pubis.
You don't let him.
Don't let him control his urine.
My pubis is healthy as hell.
I think that
was it Tottenham being good, or was it Newcastle being absolutely gassed?
Both.
Yeah, it's both. Like
Okay.
Heung-min Son cooking, absolutely chefing it up on the wing.
Trippier looked bad.
But Trippier has probably played somewhere near 8,000 minutes already this season, and he desperately needs some rest. And he's going to get it this weekend because he got a yellow in this game, which gets him suspended.
Yeah.
Bastard.
You're welcome for letting you know before the fantasy,
Something to note
I know.
about that Arsenal Villa game. Lucas Digne also got a yellow, his 5th yellow. So Alex Moreno's going to slot in, and I think that's what I'm talking about with this Villa team. They got people who can just pick up right where Digne left off. Like,
we'll see.
I mean, I think Alex Moreno played under Unai Emery.
he did at
Where was he?
What's
Sevilla?
that green? What's the green team? Was it Betis?
No, it wasn't at Betis. Maybe it was at
It
Betis.
was at Betis. Yeah.
I don't think he played under.
But he was the first
Unai
signing.
Emery, then.
I think he was the first signing for Emery.
Okay.
To
Because
Villa.
Emery didn't coach Betis.
No, I don't think Emery ever coached Betis.
Okay.
He was coaching
Villarreal.
Villarreal, and brought them to a Champions League semifinal against Bayern, I believe, was his kind of shining accomplishment
No, that was
with them.
against us. We beat them.
You beat them?
Yeah, they were, and that was when we lost to Real. And everybody was like, Liverpool, easiest road to the Champions League final. If they win,
Ever.
it's
Mickey Mouse Trophy.
Mickey Mouse Trophy. And then we didn't fucking win anyway.
The only Mickey Mouse Trophy is the Chelsea Champions League.
That's not a Mickey Mouse Trophy. It's the hardest one.
The hardest one.
The hardest one.
Oh, Lord.
Versus City, empty stadium, no fans to get you going.
Dude,
City's
Pep all-time
used to
choker.
not having fans.
The only reason he didn't choke last year was
because
of
Haaland
Haaland.
put him over the top.
Yeah. Too much talent.
Well, I mean,
that's his MO, ain't it, though?
Yeah, that is his MO. But in terms of other Tottenham players, Udogie getting on the score sheet after coming back into the team. He's had a few solid performances. You saw Pape Sarr come back into the team, and then notably, like you said, Richarlison bagging 2 goals.
With his feet.
Yeah, with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
First feet goals of his Premier League.
Of his career.
No.
Of this season.
This campaign.
No,
Yeah.
Of this season.
The striker with no feet.
Dude, 3 goals and 3 assists in 600 minutes played.
That's not
bad,
Mhm.
man. I'll take that. I mean, we do
just-
the comps in our group chat all the time. Better than Gabby Jesus.
Yeah, it's a better return, but
Yeah.
he's also not playing in the middle of the week in Champions League.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, they're not.
That sounds like excuses.
For good reason.
Who
'Cause they're
does Arsenal
shit.
play next?
Who do we play next?
Yeah.
This weekend?
Yeah.
I believe we play Brighton this weekend.
Oh, they just won.
They tied.
Well, they just won in the Europa League
Yeah. And
against a dog shit team. But
no, it wasn't against dog shit. They played Marseille, I believe, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
yeah, that's true.
Marseille's actually pretty good. So I wouldn't say they're dog, but
Hopefully they beat you or
No.
tie you.
they won't. Don't worry about it.
I don't
I'm
know.
not worried.
Dude, I think we got to talk about Newcastle. Like,
Yeah, dude,
Okay.
it's so
they
sad.
looked like they had no business playing that game at all.
None of their players have any business playing anymore. They need a week off.
Yeah,
they need
it's
to
true.
cash in some PTO,
I
but
honestly
they don't got none.
think crashing out of the crashing out of European
Is good for them.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It's
It
good
is
for them. That's what they need.
like it's sad
You weren't
because
ready.
I won't lie. The footy at St. James Park for the Champions League nights is like inspiring. Watching it and seeing the fans go nuts, it's cool.
It is
But-
cool.
Just know your level.
I think
For
they
now,
needed
yes.
another year. We talked
Yeah.
about this early in Arch Rivals, like in the first
Suffering
preseason
from
game.
success.
We were like, I don't think they're going to be able to handle the match quantity that they're going to have this season with Champions League football. Like, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, that coupled with the fact that over the course of this season, based on the average number of injuries per year, because of more fixtures and having to, the World Cup being in the winter last year, having to extend the season, having a shorter break in between seasons,
yeah.
there's 15% more injuries already this year in the
Oh,
Prem.
wow.
So they're suffering from the injury bug just like everybody else is.
And now
Maybe
They're
more-
just
maybe
they're
more than
just
anybody
getting
else.
it worse.
the worst
Yeah.
part is this might just mean, I mean, we said a year, give it a year, but now they're fighting for a Europa League spot.
Yeah,
That's
which I
true.
think they can get.
Well, yeah,
I
but
think they can get
they-
that.
it's just kind of sad for them that they got that Champions League so early on, and getting that Champions League now pretty much prevents them from getting right back into the Champions League.
Maybe.
I don't see them
I
making top 4.
I don't. Yeah. I don't
Coming
either.
from an Arsenal fan that has waited for this team that we're now seeing kind of do really well in the Prem and on the UCL stage, I still would have rather had Champions League earlier, like gotten it a year earlier, crashed out, and been good.
Because now you have
Just,
players that
just
have
because
experience.
they have experience in that.
Yeah.
And I still think that they have experience. Like going that deep into a Premier League run against City gives you a ton of experience. But I would have rather gotten the Champions League football earlier. So I don't know what Newcastle fans would have to say. We'd have to ask Mohammed. But I think if he could, go back and get 5th and play Europa League, he would be like, no, why would I want to do that?
If I'll speak for Newcastle fans, I think right now all they want is a bunch of January signings.
Yeah.
To like bolster and summer signings to bolster this roster because they see how cool it could be and how special St. James Park could be when you're playing in Bedbug and they're cooking him and they beat him at home.
Yeah.
Like that
That
could
is
be
crazy.
amazing, man. That could be amazing. They just need more quality and they need more people, more depth. So
Yeah.
I mean, look. They got Botman out, Nick Pope out, Target out, Tonali is betting, so he's been suspended.
Still
Joe
in the
Willock
prison.
out. Jacob Murphy lost his arm in versus Dortmund. Harvey Barnes has been out with a toe injury for 3 months, and Elliot Anderson's out. So that's like a lot of key players there. A lot of key midfield players that could pick up minutes.
Hey, don't let the Man U fans hear you talking about injuries.
I was about to say they'll jump right on it. Those Man U fans.
They have no extent. I don't have any sympathy for Man U. I really don't.
I think Heung-min Son should come to Liverpool.
I don't think he's going to do that because he's kind of back to his best, and he doesn't have Harry Kane standing in his spotlight.
Sure, he's the golden boy at
He
Tottenham
is
now. He wouldn't be the golden boy at Liverpool.
Right. He can do what Harry Kane was supposed to
Salah
do
would have
at
to leave.
Tottenham.
Well,
If
yeah,
Salah
but
leaves, then
if
maybe
we got him on like
okay.
a 4-year contract, and Salah leaves after a while. Dude,
Who?
Imagine trying to
Heung-min Son?
contain Heung-min Son and Mo Salah.
It'd be rampant.
Well, Heung-min Son plays off the left,
Yeah.
and
That's what he's
Salah
saying,
plays
if
off the right.
If they had them both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying to replace Salah. I was like, no.
But also, Heung-min Son has played like everywhere this season.
He's just played mostly striker and left wing.
Yeah.
And
He
mostly
would-
striker
he would,
because they played Richarlison up
Fit
there to start.
perfectly into our squad.
Yeah,
He would take Luis Diaz's spot, that's for sure.
he definitely would.
Easy.
I mean, he's the
He
best
could
left
have
wing.
it.
Best
Easy.
left wing in the Prem right now.
Yeah.
I think
wasting his
it's
career away at fucking top spur cock and ball.
well, he's gonna do what Harry Kane was supposed to do, I think, with the rest of his career, which is stay at Tottenham until he retires.
You think Harry Kane should have done that? I think Harry Kane was like, I'm done with this bullshit. This place is absolutely cursed.
Dude, but what is he gonna do? Realistically for his legacy.
Shit, he might not even win the Bundesliga.
That's what I'm saying.
this
He's
season.
possibly he already botched winning his first trophy for Bayern in his first ever game. They're possibly not going to win the Bundesliga, even though they've won it 11 straight times. And
They're not winning the Champions League.
You don't think so?
Yeah, they're not winning a Champions League, I don't think. And even if he does go there, win one Champions League, 2 league titles, and something else before they pop him onto the bench and get somebody else to take a spot.
At least he can say he's won a trophy.
I get that.
He's going to win a league in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Sometime.
It'll be funny to watch Man United buy him from Bayern for
that would be nuts.
150.
And the fucked up thing is I could see it
Oh,
happening.
for sure.
Yeah.
They might be cooking that right now.
Now he'll come back in and get his goal record and then just turn to shit. And speaking of shit and Man United, a 3-0 loss to Bournemouth. That is crazy, man.
Is
At
it that
Old
crazy?
Trafford, yes.
Is it that crazy?
No, it's not, because every week I come on here after they get some bullshit win and I'm like, I don't trust this team. I don't know how they're here. Neither do they. They should probably not be here. And they got spanked in this game. They had the ball for a lot of it because they let in an early goal to Dominic Solanke, which was a really nice finish.
Really good finish.
Crazy good finish.
Maybe we could use him.
Yeah, maybe you could use him.
Maybe we'll get him back.
But
come back, Dom.
I don't care how many injuries they have. They just can't do anything right. The midfield is horrible, and they're having to play Luke Shaw at center back and start 18-year-olds like Garnacho. And the worst part of it is that they're probably going to do what they've done the entire time for the past, 10 years since Fergie left or more, 15 years, which is fire the coach and think that was the problem.
And then go out and spend 150 on Harry Kane when he's in his ailing ages.
I don't even think they do that.
Slate their own players.
Yeah, just talk shit on Garnacho and Højlund, who are 18 years old and barely have played senior football.
The more time goes on, I just don't understand how that's your fucking move, man. Let's go buy this child and hope that he's our goal scorer.
It's not even that. That's their move. It's let's go pay for the 30-year-old CDM and pay him $350,000 a week. And then let's go out there and spend a bunch of money to get Mason Mount, pay him $250,000 a week. And then
not playing.
Start either one of them.
Banish Jadon Sancho, pay him $250,000 a week. Varane making $340,000 a week. What are we doing? It's the most expensive retirement home of all time.
They are terrible with transfers for sure. But I think that what they need to do is sell off the common denominators in this team. I do not think Bruno Fernandes is ever going to take this team to where they want to be. They've fired like 5 coaches since, or 3 or 4 coaches since he's come into the team, and they never succeed.
It's like a winning mentality thing that like,
and he does not have it. None of them have it because none of them have ever known it.
Yeah.
And you need to either bring in some players that don't know the difference between winning and losing because they're so young and just hope you can develop them, build a culture, or bring in and spend the money on like top tier talent.
I think there's something to be said about building a culture. Like in Man U, you look at that lineup, Rashford is the only one that's really homegrown. Everybody else has been transported in and trying to get behind it.
Spine.
Yeah, like I mean, I'll say it about my own club, Chelsea. Right now, like that's what we do. We bring in all this talent, and they're all young. And I think over time, if they're given time with the same coach and under the same system, they can build a culture. But like back in the day when Man U was doing well, they were developing their own players, and then those players cared about the club they played for.
Bro, Beckham got to like walk into a team that was already winning the Prem every like year in, year out. Ronaldo walks into a team that was winning the Prem year in, year out. Like these players are
set up to succeed.
Salah over Ronaldo.
It's not about Liverpool. Meanwhile, they start Martial.
And look,
that's crazy.
There are some silver lines to take here. Like Onana has been terrible for the most part.
Yeah.
And if they had De Gea in goal right now, they'd probably still be in Europe. But other than that, the only silver lining I can see is that they're somehow only 6 points off of the top 4. And they need to figure it out.
Well, they're about to get hammered. They're about to get hammered by Liverpool.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be another 7-0. That was crazy, though.
Dude, Luke Shaw out.
It was like 5-0 the game
out.
Before that.
Like, those are two massive pieces in that lineup that they're not going to have. Yeah.
That's the propaganda.
I believe it, honestly.
Yeah. That is a propaganda.
Got him. Every time we say the word.
Bournemouth, let's not
let's take it away from them because they came in.
They're cooking.
They sat down in their living room, walked over to the fridge, grabbed some milk, grabbed some cookies, kicked their feet up on a table.
Yep.
It was doing whatever they wanted inside of Man U's house. Theater of Dreams?
Theater of
Cherries. Nah, it was I think the commentator said
Trafford's falling apart.
If Sir Jim Radcliffe comes in, he can try and save it, but that's about the only thing that they're going to have to help them because Dominic Solanke, Philip Billing, and Senesi getting goals on the day. And what was it Semenyo that almost scored? Or was it? No, it was Dango Ouattara that scored a goal that got called back. That would have made it 4-0. And I thought that was a kind of questionable VAR decision.
Me too. I didn't get it.
Yeah. It was like he kicked it into the goalie. It bounced off the goalie, kind of hit his hand and his thigh, and then fell back to him, and he put it in the goal. So, didn't matter. Like, it's 3-0 losing to the Cherries, which is just absolutely insane to think that Man U would ever do that in my lifetime. But
I think
here we are.
That the problem with Man U is that everybody since Fergie left has just been like, it's only a matter of time before we're back to our bests.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just, it's not happening. It's not going to happen. You got to forget about it, man. It's a new fucking era.
Yeah, it's like they
City
take it
is Man United.
They
now.
take it for granted that they're like a powerhouse, and they're
like
really not.
Just someday it's gonna everything's gonna be back to normal. We'll be paying the refs off, and Fergie will be getting us
I think
all the league titles, and Liverpool will still have more Champions Leagues, but we'll just shit on them. It's over, man.
You know what needs to happen? You know what truly needs to happen? Fergie needs to die. Once he's dead, then that legacy can really be put to rest, and then Man U can move on.
Man United fans, go assassinate.
I think what really needs to happen is the Glazers need to get out. They're probably the real common denominator in all of this, not the players or the coach.
But I think everybody's culpable.
What I'm saying is,
for sure,
you're just
including the
another
Glazers.
team now. You're just another team.
Yeah.
You're not this glorious caricature of winning that you once thought you were.
Manchester's blue.
Yeah. Wake
Baby
up to
blue.
reality.
Right.
It's not
The
just
league is
one
blue.
thing isn't going to fix this. Your fucking stadium's falling apart.
On the bright side, they got this young 18-year-old Argentinian that thinks he's Portuguese Ronaldo.
He really does. He carries himself the same way.
He does. He's got oozes confidence, runs at people, and sometimes scores some bangers. But
yeah, on a different team, maybe he would
succeed.
Yeah.
If he came into a team that had established players and like vets that could
Dude,
take him under
like
his
Ronaldo
wing and
did.
like exactly the situation Ronaldo was in.
Yeah.
He could be something special, but right now they're like, you're the main guy.
And
We rely
having-
on
Please
you.
help us.
And having selfless players as
Yeah.
well that knew what winning was and what it took. Like Rooney, who absolutely sacrificed part of his career to like push Ronaldo to a different level. Like being so good.
How do you think he sacrificed? You think he gave up on goals?
Yeah, absolutely.
Him and Tevez.
Yeah. Both of them for sure just like were like,
At one
he's
point-
better than me. I should just pass him the ball
Yeah.
instead of trying to shoot this a lot of times.
Instead, this current Manchester United team has Martial with a ball and door clause in his contract.
That's
So, like,
crazy.
It's just levels of attitude difference going on here.
It's levels of delusion
Yeah.
that we have never this world has never seen before.
Old Trafford's falling apart.
All right, enough
I
of Old Trafford
love
falling
it.
apart.
Old Trafford Manchester United could use Tavernier. We didn't give him his flowers. He had
That's
2 assists
true.
in that
He-
last game. He's a baller.
And Dom
He's balling
Solanke.
right now.
They could use like half of.
Yeah, they should
Burnley's
just
team.
buy
They should just buy.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't
Yeah.
be that costly. Yeah, Tavernier listed at 22 mil market value.
Yeah,
2
let's
goals,
talk
3
about another
assists.
dog shit team.
Yeah, it's time to.
After the battle of the mid, they both went and lost to even more mid.
I don't know. Everton's kind of giving me shaking up the table vibes right now.
I mean, dude, Everton would be on 23 points, which would put them in 10th still. But they would be 4 points ahead of Chelsea, 1 point off of West Ham, 3 points off of Newcastle if they didn't have a 10-point deduction.
Yeah.
Dude, they just have a fire right now.
Their team's galvanized by
Dude, I
this
think-
point
yeah.
deduction.
It is. And
Dwight
it's-
McNeil's going dumb.
Dwight McNeil's going dumb. Abdoulaye Doucouré is having probably the best season he's ever had in the Prem.
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin keeps missing sitters.
Shitters.
Yeah, but I mean, Chelsea just don't really have anything going for them right now, and you can kind of see it in the press where they're talking about how are they going to spend money to like bring this squad up to par.
I don't even
Can
think
we
it's a money issue
talk
anymore.
About Pochettino saying we need to invest more. It's like, damn, bro.
Well,
How much fucking more?
I think you just got to work with mold what you have. You know what I
dude,
mean?
this is the problem with the money is that coaches are not being given time. They're like, oh, we spent a bunch of money. This team's supposed to be good, and they're not good. So coaches are getting fired when it takes more than just money to create a great, truly like Premier League contender team.
You got to get everybody on the same page.
Dude, you
Play
look
in
at
your
Arteta.
style.
How
You gotta
long
let
did
their
people
balls
go?
drop?
Arteta needs to get out. Like
Yeah.
Arteta out for literally like 2 years.
Yeah.
After he like walked out first game of the Prem, lost to Brentford. Everybody's like, get him out of here.
I'm still Arteta
Now-
out.
Klopp needs to leave.
Dude, but Klopp, I mean, the same thing could be said when Klopp came in.
Yeah, he was like
They gave
sixth.
him two years, and then it started paying off after the third
Well,
year, fourth year.
That's because
Yeah.
we're a good organization.
Managed
Yeah.
by Boston Sports or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah.
pretty successful too.
Everybody talks about Brighton and the Moneyball shit. We also been doing the Moneyball shit. For
Moneyball,
some time.
spending
Some-
100 million
some
on
of
Darwin.
it Moneyball.
That ain't
some of
Moneyball.
it not Moneyball.
Hey,
You guys have the funds.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we don't spend them like we could.
Yeah, you miss out on Caicedo and Lavia.
Maybe if you spent
Oh,
more,
darn.
you would have won more of those leagues against City.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you still might get them. You never know. Those
Well, that's the
charges
thing
come.
is, yeah, hopefully everything
Gets
Wow,
evened out.
This guy,
Sheesh.
they probably couldn't hear that anyway.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chelsea, I agree. They need to just give Pochettino time because I mean, he's proven himself to be good with young guns,
yeah.
and he has a style. I just don't think. I don't know. Chelsea's not really a team to give coaches time.
No, they aren't. And that's why I'm surprised that Pochettino took this job because when he originally took over at Tottenham, their squad was a lot like this Chelsea squad with a lot of young players that didn't have established careers and needed kind of an identity to be brought to them. And it took some time. And once he instilled that, like they went to a Champions League final, kind of challenged for
title.
one title, I think it was.
Yeah, they got second.
But I mean, Pochettino's a good coach. I just think that it's possible they sell him or
sack him in the
fire
morning.
him. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Todd Bowley has confidence in Pochettino, and I think he understands.
Does he take his phone calls? Because that was Tuchel's problem.
Yeah, well, Tuchel wouldn't let Bowley in the locker room, which I think is fair.
Yeah, I think that is fair.
Yeah. I think all Bowley knows is throw money at something till it works.
That's what he's doing with
Ohtani.
That in
the Dodgers.
It's
over
working.
The years.
It's working.
Well, what's working?
They're going to the World Series like every other year.
Yeah, they won a Mickey Mouse trophy during COVID.
They got the best player in the world right now. What is this, a baseball pod? We're talking soccer.
They still probably won't win.
Yeah, they might. They might win.
I think that baseball, you can do more of the Moneyball shit than you can in soccer because soccer is more of a team sport than baseball is.
But Bowley doesn't do Moneyball shit. He just throws money at a wall until it fucking sticks.
I'm sorry, not Moneyball shit.
I have
just
faith,
throwing money.
I have faith that Bowley's going to give Pochettino his time. I think he deserves at least 4 years.
Holy shit! You're a Chelsea fan. And you think you guys are going to give a coach 4 years?
I think we should because that's clearly what the
I agree.
That is what the equation is to make a team
bring Frank Lampard back.
I don't know about that one.
Dude, did you guys see the? I know we already stopped talking about Man U, but this is kind of crossover Man U Chelsea. There was a report in the Sun that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is gonna soon be an investor in Man U, has had sit-down meetings with Graham Potter to be the coach of Man U if Ten Hag gets sacked. You know, Graham Potter is the only coach in the last 5 years to have a lower points per game than Frank Lampard in the Prem.
Damn.
That's crazy. He really was. He needs to know his level.
And that's who they're talking about bringing in.
I hate to say it, but that might be the Chelsea effect. He
it's
came
possible.
in and really got a bad run of it while he was in there.
Yeah,
so.
He got in and y'all just got shit on.
I will say that it's crazy how Pochettino. It's not crazy because Pochettino has a resume to at least fall back on, but the English media really came after Graham Potter and the fans, even though he's an English coach, and it doesn't seem like Pochettino's in that much of a hot seat right now.
No, I don't think he is. We're thinking about the long game. Bowley believes in the vision. I believe in the vision. Mudryk, when you watch him play, he got the start versus Everton.
Yeah,
you can see
the talent.
You can see the flashes and how he could run in behind, but there's a little bit that needs to be refined. But he's still young, man.
Hey.
Talk about a player that needs to be developed. He still needs to be developed. Yeah, his price tag was crazy. Is crazy. I'll say that. But you just got to look at him for the human he is. He's a young kid who still has a lot of career ahead of him, and he could be great.
You guys should have kept Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, I agree.
They definitely should have.
Yeah, I agree.
He would be balling on this team.
Yeah.
I mean, every time more developed than Mudryk.
Christian
every time
Pulisic
he played
with a $100 million child.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I feel like Pulisic got developed at Chelsea. He went from a true he was a child at Dortmund, and he was a young man at Chelsea, and now he's balling for
AC Milan. Yeah,
just knocked Newcastle out.
Yeah.
The LeBron of soccer.
What's the next game you guys want to talk about? I'm done talking about Chelsea.
I think we'll get the rest of the big six out of the picture and talk about the Liverpool
last thing I will
win.
say about Chelsea is they do have a pretty favorable run of fixtures coming up. So they're kind of out of we were always they got a rough December, but now they play Sheffield. And
they're out of it, yes.
Now they might start losing to
but I'm sure
teams.
No, I think they'll start coming back. It's Sheffield, tired Newcastle.
You guys seem to play
Wolves,
down to teams.
Crystal Palace, Luton, Fulham.
There's a lot of winnable games in there.
They should get results out of that.
Yes, I agree. But
will they? Who
I'm
knows?
sure that
we've watched it
all
already.
self-respecting Chelsea fans wouldn't admit that they thought that easy run of games would have started with this Everton game, and you lost 2-0.
Yeah, it's true.
So can't make any assumptions.
It's true.
But a lot of those teams are worse than
Chelsea
Everton.
currently in the table, for perspective, I looked at it and I couldn't even believe it. They're sitting 12th, and they're in the same conversation as Brentford, Wolves, and Bournemouth, all tied at 19 points. So
after spending a bill.
It is what it is.
That is crazy.
The future.
A team not so far off Chelsea, Crystal Palace, almost getting a result against Liverpool this weekend. They were up 1-0 against Liverpool with a kind of questionable penalty call, I think, that Jean-Philippe Mateta slots away, gets his first goal in the Prem. And then Jordan Ayew gets a second yellow to get a red card, gets sent off. And, of course, you know, the inevitable Liverpool comeback fueled by a Mo Salah goal and then a Mo Salah assist to that boy Harvey Elliott.
Banga.
Isn't he a Scouser? He's like a homeboy. I think
he came from Fulham. We got him when he was like 14. He was like the youngest Prem signing at the time. He's been a Liverpool fan since he was a child.
That's what it is. He just was a big Liverpool guy.
Yeah. But yeah, he's definitely looking like a super sub right now because he started today, and our team today against Union Saint. What is it? Who knows?
Oh, I don't remember.
Belgian.
Yeah. Just didn't look good. But we're talking about Prem, and we also didn't look good in this game either.
Not at all.
I think that either of those IU yellow cards could have not been red. I mean, not
a
been
yellow
cards.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It was a pretty soft sending off in the totality of it. But
yeah. But I'll take it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it got weird because Crystal Palace lost their number one keeper in Johnstone.
Oh yeah.
In like the 87th
Some dude had
minute.
to make his debut.
He made his debut and then immediately gets banged on by Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
So
that's a hard one to.
That's tough. That's a tough debut.
You're not seeing any shots at all the whole game, and then you get a rocket.
Yeah.
And they did have another penalty shout. Crystal Palace had one in the beginning of the game in like the 29th minute. Got called back by VAR, rightfully so. There's like a foul in the build-up where some dude just runs over Wataru Endo.
Yeah.
But other than that, Liverpool find a way to get it done. You know me. I was praying on their downfall.
Top of the league.
Yeah.
1 point.
Shut up.
I think that Endo is a good Band-Aid, but we need a
reinforcement in the midfield.
We need a real deal CDM. Yeah.
I think that's true. I think that this game was also difficult because Matip's gone and Konate obviously not capable of playing right now for some reason.
What's up with that? Because he played today.
He was just on the bench.
And we lost.
He sat. I don't know why. Maybe he just doesn't like the combo of Van Dijk and Konate, them kind of profiling as similar.
You need like a fast...
Yeah, somebody that can keep up with the play, and then somebody that's a real bruiser in there. So, and I'd say that Van Dijk can kind of play both of those roles. But
Joe Gomez might get the start this weekend.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, at center back.
Wouldn't be surprised if we bought a center back in January.
Yeah.
And a CDM.
I mean, that's where you need people the most, for sure.
And Matip's probably leaving for Saudi in the summer. So,
yeah.
We might offer him a contract, but...
I doubt it. I don't think it's worth doing.
Sell him.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Like sell him there.
Yeah, sell him to Saudi for way more money.
But low money than
he's worth.
Yeah. Not to overlook this Man U game that you guys have coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to overlook it?
No, because
I feel like you can. Just personally,
but as soon as you think you can, that's when
the
18-year-olds
score their first goal in the Prem.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I don't want to start any Man U players this weekend in my fantasy. None of them.
Scott McTominay bagging a brace.
Maybe him. He's the only one. But you do have Arsenal on December 23rd on Boxing Day. That'll be a great match.
The run of fixtures.
He's just chomping at the bit.
I am absolutely chomping at the bit. So we got West Ham.
That's the league, almost. Don't you think?
I wouldn't say that's the league because we both still have to play City one more time. We both still have to play Villa one more time. They have to go to Villa. We have Villa at home. We have to play Newcastle one more time. They have to play Newcastle one more time. There's so many fixtures left in this league.
I would say whoever loses, if somebody loses that game and it's not a draw, that team is not winning the league.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's a massive matchup.
That.
Yeah.
Hey, man, last year we went to Anfield and got a result.
That was last year, though.
Yeah.
They're very equally... I think these teams match up very equally right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're just like a Pep clone without Haaland.
Yeah, we've been beating Pep for years, though.
Have you?
Yes.
How many leagues they got and how many leagues you got?
Okay, I didn't say titles.
Well, that's kind of what matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you have to deal with City too.
I know. I'm not saying we don't.
Now City has to deal with...
We beat City already once.
Everybody.
See, I wish there was this much parity when we were competing with City.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that we weren't there yet, man.
All we had was fucking wolves.
Arteta had fucking Shrokdan Mustafi and David Luiz at center back and was making shit work. So
patching together.
Just putting fucking Flex Seal over the goddamn team and hoping it worked.
I have permanent brain damage from watching us
lose those leagues.
No, win the game. Last game when it was Liverpool and City played at the same time and we were winning and Mo Salah was going crazy, and then one of the fans goes 2-1 because City had come back against Crystal Palace to win the league.
That's rough.
Kill me.
I don't know. I want to move to this Man City Luton game. I know there's probably another bigger fixture, but just talk about it for a minute because City is really showing that they have holes.
Oh, for sure.
They go down in the first at the end of the first half here to an Andrews Townsend. He's playing on the right side, whips in a nice cross.
Shouts out to Andros Townsend. Dude was announcing Premier League games, like commentating them at the beginning of the season.
He watched one Luton game. Was like,
I could play for this fucking team.
I'm walking into this club.
That's got to be a really good feeling, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. After coming off of an ACL injury and being, probably 32, 33 years old? I don't know exactly how old Andros Townsend is, but you can continue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they showed weakness by going down, but then Bernardo has an amazing goal.
Yeah.
And then Jack Grealish gets kind of gifted a goal by the center back for Luton because he stumbles. Yeah. I would have loved to see Luton just get 1 point versus City. They would have gotten 1 point versus Liverpool. They would have gotten one.
They did get a point.
They got 1 point versus Liverpool. They would have gotten 1 point versus City, and they could have gotten 1 point. They could have gotten 3 points from Arsenal. They could have gotten
but then we got 3 points.
I know. I just hate
top
to
of the
see
league,
it.
top of the league.
I hate to see it,
dude.
Fuck you,
showing some fight though.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah,
they are definitely the best of the
fodder,
the shitters.
The fodder. Speaking of some other fodder, Sheffield United getting another win.
Yeah.
Somehow beating Brentford.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand
how. It's a parity
how.
league, man.
It is a parity league.
We say this about every league.
And the best part about the parity league is that Sheffield United got a win and they're still bottom of the table. So, them and Burnley tied on 8 points. Luton at 9 points. Yeah, that is rough. If Luton would have gotten a point at Arsenal and a point here, they would be close to Everton. But I don't know. I think all three of those teams are just going to go down.
Where do you think Everton finishes in the table?
Top 10.
Nah, I don't think top 10.
No
I think they'll have a drop off in form. I think they'll finish 13th, 12th, something like that.
Yeah,
no way. What do you mean?
You have them getting high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 13 points.
Yeah.
I thought they had 19 for some reason.
I say 14, 13, 14 area.
Yeah.
I think if they didn't get that point deduction, top 10.
I think they'd finish top 10 if they didn't get that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't really care, but I'd much rather make fun of Chris's dumbass team for finishing way lower than
I kind of root for Everton at this moment.
I do a little bit too,
because I don't want to see them drop out at all. And I think that they're building a new stadium. They're gonna have money eventually.
They're a horribly run club though.
Yeah,
and their new ownership, the 777 ownership group that's taking over, is known for being awful. Whatever team they own in the Bundesliga got relegated twice.
Damn.
And I don't know. I hope it goes well for them because
I don't.
Yeah, we know why you don't though. I'm just rooting for them because they're kind of an underdog.
Yeah.
And Sean Dyche, perennially disrespected coach in the Prem, showing exactly why he deserves to be there.
He's definitely the right coach to have if you get a 10-point deduction and go into relegation zone.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. If you're going to trust one guy to fix
keep
that,
you up,
it's him.
But they even have been playing
they play good
better football than previous teams that he's...
I think it's because he just has more talent than he's ever had before.
Burnley.
Yeah, than those Burnley teams. Dwight McNeil is a Burnley transplant, but other than that, the whole team is just better all around. He's got Braithwaite playing a top 10 center back in the league right now.
Bought.
Yeah, he is going to get bought. Little English center back, that
Maybe
Harry Maguire style.
Yeah, he'll go for more than he's worth.
Liverpool, yeah.
Oh, you think Liverpool's going to get him? I would be surprised if
pretty good.
Chelsea went in for him at the end of the year.
We have so many center backs. It's crazy.
And they're all...
Thiago Silva will retire, but we have a bunch of center backs.
Disasi, Badiashile, Colwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Thiago
we're
Silva,
going to buy Colwell.
When
you guys are trying to
Colwell's
cook
locked
your
up for like
books.
5 years right now.
They do have to cook their books. That's what I was trying to say earlier. They're talking about selling Conor Gallagher in January to like make way for new signings. Oh, and they just made a ruling that you can't amortize transfers for contracts for more than 5 years, I believe. So
yeah, because they saw what Boley was cooking up there.
They should have let him keep cooking.
Are we allowed to keep the players who we have on an 8-year contract? Like, is that that's grandfathered in?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, it is for salary cap.
There is no salary cap.
Or, I mean, you know what I mean? Financial
fair play.
Yeah, it's good for that.
It's good for that unless those players are ass and you need to sell them and you don't sell them for anything.
It's
and then you just have
money, bro. You just sell the club after fucking. That's what's
going
to happen.
Sell the club.
That's going to happen with the Dodgers and Ohtani. They're
after
like,
the .com crash.
Yeah, you can buy the Dodgers, but you got to pay this dude $30 million a year for the next 20 years.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's kind of a skis bag thing to do.
It's an American way.
Yeah, man. Fuck somebody over for your own benefit.
I don't know why he did that. Sheffield United get a win. James McAtee scoring an absolute worldie from the top of the box. Just want to give him his plaudits because that was an incredible goal, and it got him a win.
Plaudits?
Yeah.
Perennial. Wow. Perennial plaudits.
I'm going to kill Mickey.
You want to know what fixture really made me
Grinds
angry?
my gears.
The Forest Wolves game. Because Forest had no business scoring. They had no business scoring. There should have been a Wolves clean sheet. It should have been wrapped up 3 points for my Wolves team that I root for, you know?
So for everyone that doesn't have the context, Chris fighting relegation in our fantasy league.
I bet big on Wolves.
Yeah, he picked up the goalkeeper and 3 defenders for...
It was 2 defenders and then Sarabia.
Okay.
So I had 4 Wolves players playing.
And if you get a clean sheet, you get quite a few points. If you don't, you don't. So Chris made a big bet, put it all on yellow, and it did not come up rosy for him. They got scored on, and
that's it.
Ended up getting a goal to draw the game, which is honestly a big result for Nottingham Forest.
It's a huge result for them because they had no business winning that game. They had 31% possession, and they had 2 shots on target all game.
I feel like they have been...
Anger is what I feel.
I feel like they were not bad to start the season, and now they're kind of getting into a weird rut of poor form, and people are already calling for Steve Cooper's head. I don't think he's been that bad.
Yeah, but for how much money they've spent, they're kind of in a similar boat. They really splashed cash last season.
They did.
Do you feel like, I don't know who
but
they
their
bring
goal
in.
was to just stay up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And they did it. Like, you know,
I think it's always a gamble to fire your manager whenever you're in you're not doing well. But they're not doing terrible.
I feel like
they're out of relegation, so
that's true.
Like he's doing his job.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't think they will get relegated. I think they're a better squad than the 3 that are at the bottom. But if the club does have higher aspirations, they'll probably sack him in the next couple weeks.
In my head, I rank Luton just below Forest. Just below. Like, I think that could flip.
Possibly.
I hope it does.
So you're saying they're the 17th worst team in the Prem?
I'm saying, yeah.
And then
Luton would be the 18th worst.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I would
they could swap places at some point? Okay,
yep.
Gotcha.
I agree.
Well, I thought originally at the beginning of the year that this squad was the 17th worst team in the Prem, Fulham. Because they looked terrible to start this season. And now I have no words.
Well, they were pretty good last season. Marco Silva seems to have a game plan.
He's a good coach, but I feel like they lost a lot of key players like Mitrovic, and they almost sold Yaupolina, but they just, like, he was all of their goals for the most part.
I feel like...
Feel like what?
I just feel like once your striker starts scoring goals, teams have to, defend your striker. So that opens up room for every... I mean, Jesus Christ, man. How old is Willian? Like, how is...
33, I think.
Still a baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
still good. starts for them all
They
the time.
also like hit pissers, man. Like,
Oh yeah. Well, Raul Jimenez, give him his flowers again. He got a goal in this one after
Didn't he have
getting
two?
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He didn't have 2 in this one.
He didn't?
Nope, he just had 1.
Who picked him up?
I don't know.
Jonah.
Yeah, there you go.
Bastard.
I think he's cheating somehow.
You're the fucking.
That's crazy. And then Willian gets his goal, and then that starts the
onslaught.
The onslaught that was another back-to-back 5-0 victories for a team that looked like they would only be capable of beating the 3 teams that were going to get relegated.
We probably should have given Fulham more credit going into the season because they were 10th last year. They were good.
They were good.
They're pretty good.
This is not a bad team. They're putting 5 up on.
It's not. This West Ham squad was just who just said it? I think Chiellini said that West Ham wins Serie A. That's what. That's what he
Chiellini's
said.
Actually fucking
Smoking
stupid.
dope.
Yeah, he is
All right.
off one.
He might not have the best perspective considering he just spent the last season playing
He's
for
on that
LAFC.
Cali
Yeah,
weed.
bro.
Yeah.
Stay off the weed.
He's just saying like West Ham's better than Serie A.
Yeah, I mean they're not.
A lot of the teams probably.
I think they'd be top 4 and
But
maybe
they're getting smoked
5th
by
or 6th.
Inter Milan.
Yeah, they're getting smoked by Inter Milan.
Shit, they're getting
Maybe
smoked by both
AC.
Milans. Yeah.
Probably Napoli too.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I think everything else is
Juve's kind of
competitive.
having it under the.
That AC
radar.
Milan team built from former Chelsea players.
Yeah,
So
they took your rejects and turned them into
ballers.
Champions League quality players.
Yeah.
I think they're in Europa League now.
It
aren't
hurts.
They? No,
No, they just played
No, they are in
Newcastle.
Europa League.
Oh, did they not? They didn't make it past their group.
No, because
They had PSG and Dortmund.
PSG
That's a group of death.
PSG beat Dortmund, and that was the only
Yeah.
case where both PSG and Dortmund would go through, and no one else could. So,
Dang.
Yeah.
Mbappe bailed out.
yep,
Imagine Mbappe in Europa League.
legacy gone.
Bed bug.
He needs
Um,
to go.
Another worldy in this game. Harry Wilson, Liverpool product, scoring an absolute banger.
And he doesn't even like start like okay.
No, he doesn't.
When
He
he
came off
does
the bench.
start games, he doesn't finish games. And when he
And when he doesn't start games, he comes in and he does something off the bench usually.
yeah.
Iwobi's been their guy on the
Dude,
on
he's
the right wing there.
on smoke right now.
Is he? Let me look at his stats.
He's been
Pull
good
up
this
his
season, man.
page.
I think he's probably got,
Let's see.
a couple goals and assists.
3 goals, 1 assist. Not
Yeah,
bad.
there you go.
Not Richarlison numbers, but
Yeah, not Richarlison
I'll
numbers.
take it from a Fulham right winger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vinicius got a pretty is an okay goal.
Yeah, it was just a tap in.
Tap in, yeah. But
Got it at the
damn, just before this, everybody probably throughout Fulham was going, dude, you gotta stop starting this
Raul
dude,
Jimenez.
Raul Jimenez. Yeah.
Well, before the last 2 games, everyone
yeah.
because he scored 1 goal and then I think he went back to not looking dangerous in any way.
And now
But he's got
everything's changed.
He's got 4 to his name in the Prem. That's infinite more than I thought he would get because I didn't think he would score a single goal.
He looks good.
Yeah,
Like, he looks
He does.
good.
He looks dangerous.
It'll be interesting because they play Newcastle on Saturday. What
Something's-
do you think
something's-
happens in that game?
I think,
Who do you think
I
wins?
Fulham wins.
Dang.
Fulham plays Newcastle this
Yeah.
Saturday? I don't know. That's a toughie.
Tired Newcastle, who played in the midweek, plays rampant 10
Without-
goals in 2 games. Fulham.
Without Trippier.
Without Trippier.
Or a good goalie.
Yeah. Dubravka.
Karius might play.
That's crazy.
Don't ever mention that name in my presence again.
He's found a home at Fulham.
No.
Newcastle. Chill.
Yeah, being the 4th string.
And I think our last fixture for this Prem match week is Brighton versus Burnley.
I just don't get it, man.
What do you not get?
How they can go out and beat Marseille and they can't beat Burnley.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't be surprised if they got something out of y'all.
Out of Arsenal? They've been our kind of like bogey team historically in the league, but I don't know. I don't think they're that good this year. I think they have a lot of talent, and most of those players are not bedded enough into the system yet to produce what they were producing last year.
I think that they are just hampered by having to play European games now. It's like the same problem that Newcastle has, but they have infinitely more people to draw upon.
Bro, let's
top their league. I mean, their group.
Yeah. They got James Milner and Pascal Gross playing at left and right back. What winger is not dusting that pairing? Please.
And it's crazy because Pascal Gross is like getting assists every week.
Dude, he's one of the best midfielders in the Prem.
Yeah, he can play
so good.
anywhere.
Yeah,
he really can.
Somebody sent
not a true midfielder.
Somebody sent the
how?
I was making a joke.
Yeah,
now he's playing right back.
Right.
Oh.
Well, James Milner played in midfield and then played left back and right back and everywhere.
For Liverpool, though.
I know. That's
and
what I'm
City
saying.
Back in the day.
Yeah. He did it for everybody. Didn't
yeah.
he do it at Chelsea too?
I don't.
Maybe
think
that's
he was at Chelsea.
Me having
I don't know. He is a
Mandela
journeyman.
effect
He's kind of been everywhere, but
he is a journeyman. But I don't know. I just looked at that and was like,
I expect Arsenal to run through this team. If I'm being honest, this weekend they should make light work of Brighton.
Absolutely.
I sure hope not.
I can't believe Burnley drew this game. I don't know. Brighton just should not be.
It was
dropping points to these teams.
The 18-year-old
Odobert.
Yeah, he got to start over. Koleosho's hurt now. So.
Odobert. Yeah, Koleosho out for, I don't know, is that an extended injury?
I think
that's probably like the worst player to get injured in their squad.
Yeah, except for the guy that already left.
Middle of January.
That is just
Sander Berge.
No.
No, he came in. I'm sorry.
Their striker.
Oh, Lyle Foster.
On a mental health search.
Hey man, at least they take it serious over there.
Hey man, who cares when you got Jay Rodriguez putting up numbers,
putting up an assist.
Dude, he's got 2 goals and 1 assist in 6 matches.
Numbers
started. That's better than Højlund.
Look, they're tied with Sheffield on points, so
it's probably better than Martial.
I don't know if that's true. I think Martial's got a couple goals, but
I hate Martial. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Yeah, I mean, I just hate all the
waste man.
I just hate all the roadmen.
I just hate Man United.
Yeah, Man U players in general. I hate them.
Mine's a bin man.
As a born passion. Hating Man U
Martial
players.
1 goal, 0 assists.
That's
5
crazy.
matches started.
So Jay Rodriguez.
Greater. No, it's not on Ian. It's fuck you, Martial. Go Jay Rodriguez.
If Martial is in this Burnley team, does he score more than Jay Rodriguez?
Who?
If Martial.
Who?
No.
He doesn't?
No.
Okay. Because he's dog shit.
Because he walks around the pitch. He walks around, has no work rate.
I think we were watching the Bournemouth game, and I said something in our group chat along the lines of, Martial really pressing right now. And he was like, yeah, that's his first successful press ever. Because he clipped the ball and got them the ball back.
And he's the type of dude to go back in the locker room and brag about it too.
I don't know, man. He needs to leave. Half that team needs to leave. And as a result of them doing so poorly in both of their Champions League groups, Newcastle and Man U, how do you guys feel about the fact that the 5th Champions League spot is, as of today, if it stopped, would go to Serie A and the Bundesliga?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think they decided to be like, okay, yeah, let's add another Champions League spot. The one season after the Premier League had a down season, except every other year before that.
Do you think it's collusion against the Prem, though? I think it's just coincidence.
It's dumb.
Well, I do think that all of the other leagues are very unhappy about how well the Prem does compared to all of the others.
That's a them problem.
It is, but Serie A doesn't have money. The Bundesliga has some money.
Which is funny because Italy's just full of corruption. It's do better at being corrupt.
Maybe that's what's causing.
Didn't you guys found the mob?
Yeah,
come on, figure it out.
How are these English blokes out corrupting you?
You know how the Italians are out of money? All that damn gambling.
Yeah.
On me, they had 40-something players in trouble for gambling.
It was betting on themselves and losing.
No, I mean, this league, there's no reason Serie A should be getting this 5th Champions.
Dude, Chiellini's quote.
Yeah.
West Ham would win the Serie A.
5th place in Serie A. Who is it right now?
I'm about to look that up.
5th place in Serie A, I don't know, Atalanta? That's my guess. It's either that or like Juve, because they're in the gutter after the scandals.
It's Bologna.
Come on, bro.
Bologna.
Yeah.
And Napoli, who won it last year, is currently in 6th.
So here's my thing is there's plenty of Premier League teams are succeeding in Europa League right now.
Yeah, but it doesn't count for as much to do well in Europa League as it does to do well in Champions League.
A Premier League team is still going to win Champions League.
Are you sure about that?
This year?
I feel pretty sure.
So it's
about
either
that.
Arsenal or City.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
That's a big. I feel like that's.
I think
a stretch.
Bayern could give both of them a run.
I think Bayern could give both of them a run.
Days,
Real Madrid.
Ass.
Yeah, that's true. I think Real Madrid could
Madrid could give them a run. I don't believe in
that's
PSG.
That's just the pedigree.
Yeah.
I just think odds are, if we're looking at odds, I think Arsenal and City have the higher level teams in the Champions League right now. Real Madrid.
I think Arsenal's still too unproven to be saying that. I hope we win the fucking Champions League, but last week I came on here and said we're winning the Prem and the Champions League, and we lost to Aston Villa. So I'm not going to be saying no dumb shit on here no more.
Yeah, that's probably
How much
fair.
fucking experience do you guys need to win one of these bad boys?
Well, we're going to win the Prem this year.
Ask Pep.
Oh, I'm talking
I was about
the
to say,
Champions
Went
League.
year after year
ask
after
Pep.
year, and he couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, but Liverpool's back now.
Okay. Well, the last thing I wanted to
They
talk
lost
about.
to a Belgian team.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
man.
The last thing I wanted to talk about before leaving here was the fixtures going into this game. It looks like Liverpool has to play a midweek game in the EFL Cup.
Ooh, versus West Ham.
And we don't, because we're already out of that
And
competition.
we are undoubtedly going to play the second team.
Really? You think so?
Doak incoming versus West
Ben
Ham.
Doak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if West Ham can't put up a goal or a fight versus Fulham, maybe they do play the second team.
I just don't like if you play United this week, you play Arsenal the week after that.
Yeah.
You're not. I mean, sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah.
If we're gonna push for a title, we need to push now so that we can get to January and sign some people and then really push. But if we just don't, if we let up at all, then it's kind of just like maybe we should go for every other trophy then.
Yeah.
Last thing I have to say, if Sheffield United puts a goal past my Chelsea squad, I might not come back on this pod.
What did he just say
I
about
might just
saying shit on
I
the
might
pod,
just
bro?
move to Denver.
Y'all are gonna
I might just.
I might just do it.
you guys are
Maybe.
gonna lose to Sheffield United.
That better not happen, or I am leaving.
You're nothing.
Well,
When are we allowed to talk about that?
I don't know.
yeah.
We'll have a little.
I'm moving to Denver. So yeah,
There you go.
Well, there you
That's
go.
the joke. Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody else knows that.
Oh no, the fans.
They'll figure it out.
We'll
Yeah.
give you a proper sending off.
No, I'm gonna figure out how to do this virtually, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah. You guys got anything else for this week?
Now we're just having conversations.
I know.
Let's go, Chelsea.
Chelsea. Old Trafford's falling apart.
And get ya in the room.
I kind of can't wait to watch Man U just get fucking obliterated.
Okay, can we stop saying that though? Because
No, we're
the
gonna
more we
keep
say
saying
Yeah,
that.
Man U's gonna get smashed.
It needs to be 5-0.
Yeah, for Man U.
you already know Darwin's turning up for that game. He hasn't been. It's 8 games scoreless. You know, Man U's just gonna be his slump buster, and then he's gonna go back to hitting the woodwork
Darwin,
exclusively.
he's
gonna
like a
take,
dog.
He's gonna take one look at Harry Maguire. Be like, all right, bet.
Bet I'm gonna fuck this.
Jurgen's
bitch
been
up.
starving his fighting
Dog.
dog in the basement for weeks before this, and he's gonna let him go.
Dude, I believe it.
You don't get to break your fast
He's
unless
either-
you score 2 in this game.
He's either getting 3 goals or a red card.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at either.
All right. That's Arch Rivals. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like the video, pump the algorithm. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Arch Rivals. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at First Touch Media, and all of our socials are at First Touch 314. Thanks for watching.